What's good, y'all? Back in with another one of Ernie's movie reviews. And this week we have Malcolm X starring Denzel Washington as Malcolm himself. And as the title may suggest, this follows the life of Malcolm Little, aka Malcolm X, aka Malik El Shabazz, and talks about his life of crime that he starts off as a youngin, and eventually doing jail time, doing about 8 to 10 years, where he learns about the Book of Islam from this guy named Baines. And under there, he joins the Nation of Islam under Elijah Muhammad, becomes one of his ministers, his main guys, ends up preaching all around the U.S. about it, trying to bring up the black community. And then some controversy comes around. They're being looked at as black supremacists. They're being looked at as, instigators of violence, instigators of violence against white people, racists. And so he starts to kind of separate himself from the group. But at that point, it's a little too late. They're like, this guy knows too much. We need to take him out. And so they start to, threaten him. They set his house on fire with his family in it, and eventually end up murdering him at one of his speeches. Although, like I mentioned, Malcolm is looked at as a very controversial activist, I think his message is very important. You're still seeing it nowadays, within the black community, within people of color and minority groups. They're constantly being marginalized. And whenever you have activists like this that are trying to speak up for them, they try their best to put them down, to try to, what's the right word, discredit them. And so overall, although he wasn't right in certain things that he said, I think overall his message is very important. So recommend checking this out.